thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and iTWire video. I'm here today at Evolution Gemalto 2018. You can see in the background there, and I've got with me Gary Marsden, Senior Director of Encryption Products, Cloud Solutions, Gemalto Enterprise and Cybersecurity. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Now we're here at your event, and I thought we'll start by asking you to tell us a bit about yourself and your role at Gemalto.
So my name is Gary Marsden. My responsibility within Gemalto is to build a new portfolio of data protection services, taking Gemalto from being on premises and moving everything into the cloud, which is a trend that we're seeing globally for businesses, taking everything that they've got in their premises and moving that to the cloud.
And do you still allow people to have hybrid solutions if that's where they want to go?
I think hybrid solutions are always going to be a part of what every business is going to need to do over the next few years. I'd love to say as a director of a service-based product that it'll all be 100% service-based and cloud-based, but no, I think for data sovereignty reasons and a whole bunch of emotional reasons and security reasons, some businesses are always going to want something on their own premises.
Now I've recorded your talk in full and it'll be available alongside this video in my iTWire article, but can you please give us the major takeaways, in short, for people watching only this video that you really want them to walk away with?
Sure. I think the core takeaway would be that our world is changing, and our world is changing. Everything is moving towards the cloud, and for a business to move security to the cloud, we need to change the way that we work as an industry. And my goal within Gemalto is to change the way that we deliver our products, and hopefully that we can do that as an industry as a whole, because there are a lot of businesses that find technology, encryption technology, key management technologies are not very affordable, they're very difficult to deploy. And many of those businesses do not employ crypto ninjas, they don't have technical people. And so if we can find a way of making things more affordable, easier to deploy, then I think we can take security away from just being an enterprise-based solution. We can take it to the forgotten many and make sure that anybody that needs to comply with GDPR or notifiable data breach gets access to those products in a much easier way.
And one of the things you mentioned today, which I've recently heard a couple of times as well, is that really you've got to change your thinking on this. The thinking that got us here is not the thinking that's going to get us there.
I think it has to change not only as businesses, but as vendors. We can't afford to continue to sell products and deliver products in the way that we've been doing. So we need to find ways of doing that in a simple and easy way. And looking at, everybody has a smartphone, for example, and everybody can point, click and deploy a business application to help them be productive. And that's the methodology that we're using to take encryption and key management and security into the mass marketplace by making it simple. You can point and click on an icon, and within 5 minutes you've got encryption or key management deployed into your business. That does open up the door.
How do you see Australian businesses ranking against global counterparts in terms of being ready for all of these new security challenges?
I think the interesting point that I would get across to the audience is that Australia is no different to the US, to Europe. Everybody's approaching this in the same way. I think Australia's taken a big lead with notifiable data breach and moved very quickly to get that in place. And we've already seen 63 notifications of breaches.
Weeks.
Indeed.
And that was the first 5 weeks. It's been several weeks since. I wonder how many more since then.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we're going to see a lot of that happen with the GDPR. And I think so Australia is no different in terms of its preparedness. It's no different in terms of what businesses are doing to put security in place. I've traveled the world, talked to banks in Europe, in the US, in Australia, New Zealand, and they're all pretty much at the same state.
If you were to look in the crystal ball and try and imagine some of the security problems we'll be facing in a decade, what do you think they might be?
I think there's going to be very different challenges. I think the challenge that we've all got to get over the next 2 to 3 years is that of the breach. We have to accept that we're going to be breached. Because that's always going to happen. There's always going to be actors in the world that are there to try and get our data. whether that's at a business basis or a personal basis. We've got to change, and I think we've got to get over that before we can look in the crystal ball, because we've still not got over that hurdle yet.
That's it, yeah. Well, it's true. People, I mean, I dread that, what happens if my personal email gets hacked, and I mean, there's nothing there beyond all these emails from PR people inviting me to events like this and stuff like that, but you never know, It's a scary thing, and I try and use all the two-factor authentications and super long passwords, but what if Google gets hacked or Apple? That's supposedly hasn't happened yet, but we just don't know, do we?
We absolutely do not know, and that's why we've got to take proactive view on how we're going to protect our data, that personal data that is ours or is other people's that we own and have as a business. And I think when we get over that over the next 2 to 3 years, we'll see things become a lot clearer, and we can look into that crystal ball. But until then, we've got a lot of work to do.
Now, my second last question is simply to ask if you could please share some of the best advice you received to help you get where you are today.
It's a really, really good challenge. The thing that I've learned is be yourself and be honest, be upfront and be clear with people, and enjoy yourself. Be happy and enjoy your career.
Sounds like good advice. And so what's your final message to iTWire viewers and readers, and to your current and future customers and partners?
The message I would like to take to everybody is that you have to prepare for that breach. It's going to happen no matter who you are. And I said that a few moments ago, but I think that's really important. Prepare for that breach, protect your data, be there, recognize where your data is, because it's now in multiple locations. Make sure that you can protect that data. Make sure that you prioritize what data you're going to protect, and get encrypting.
Yeah. Gary, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.